Can you hear me? I think you're on mute at the moment. Talk a little.
Wow. What's going on?
Oh, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great as well. You look great,
All
dude.
right.
Let me see if I can
So do
get
you.
this
I love
mic
this
out of my
standing mic.
face.
This is
It's
actually
cool.
incredibly good news because I found these headphones literally less than 3 minutes ago.
That's cool.
And at first I was like, okay, maybe it wouldn't matter that much because like at least the speaker quality is like decent on the computer. But then I guess the problem is actually that like then you can hear the reverberation from
The
you,
feedback.
the feedback. So anyway, now we have these headphones and they seem to be working well.
And the quality is really good compared to last time.
Yeah, the quality's great.
Is it? Are we live, or are we like riffing?
I think we're live. I mean,
You're live, baby.
Oh, right on.
I think we're as live as we could possibly be. So how's your
Very
day
good.
going, Tom?
Very good. My day is going great. Let's see. I had work, and then I just went for a little bike ride to appreciate where I'm living. This part of the city, the park. Got some bread from a new bakery. Just trying to eat it all up because I might not be living in this part of the city come next week.
Oh, right. You mentioned something about that last time we spoke. So right now, where are you living in? You're living 6th District, like right in the heart of Pest, basically?
Basically, yeah, right next to the Korai Koront, near Octagon, right in the middle of it, right in the thick of it. And, the way I've been looking at it is I grew up on a farm in the middle of nowhere. I went to high school there, went to college in Middlebury, Vermont, as you know very well, Willie, also basically in the middle of nowhere. And then I moved to Budapest, and as you've said, I've been living in the belly of the beast in the middle of a big city. And now it's time to, try something somewhere in the middle. So we're going to move out into the suburbs of Budapest.
So you're finally coming over to the Buda side. We obviously lived in Pest together. And I've been personally speaking the praises of Buda ever since I moved there. I'm living in District 1, which I think I might have mentioned once or twice on this podcast. Honestly, I've lost count of most things, not just with the podcast, but with life in general. It's really hard to just keep your eye on math while you're over in Spain. It's a sort of mathless country. But either way, which district in Buda? I don't know if they're terrible, but they're definitely too relaxed to participate in too much math. But either way, what district are you thinking of moving over to in Buda?
The place we're looking at is in District 2, which is pretty cool. I don't know that much about Buda other than the wonderful praises you've been singing, like the little birds I hear in the background. Yeah, so it's in District 2, pretty close to the mountain lands. Pretty excited to have close access to more green space. Városliget gets great, but I don't know. I think there's steps up to be made.
For sure. The Városliget is great. It's a good park. It's a very historical park. It's got a lot of different features and elements. I've actually grown to like the Városliget more and more as time's gone on, which is strange because it's sort of, from an objective perspective, been completely destroyed by pretty unnecessary construction projects. But still, it's one of those parks where like you find more elements of it. What were you going to say? The construction projects, you don't mind them too much, do you?
Have you been there lately? I mean, yes, it's kind of ridiculous how long it's taken and how much of the park has been under construction. But the southeast corner of the park now is insane. It's amazing. Like the sports facility is really nice. And there's like 7 courts. And there's 2 courts that you can just schedule time on an app, and you get a little QR code, and you have an hour where the court's just yours. And it's like a super nice court, very well done, and yeah, I'm really impressed. So
yeah, actually, you know what? Disregarding the potential construction corruption going on, I mean, like honestly, that park that they made in the middle with the giant hot air balloon is pretty cool, and they redid that like turn of the millennium or the Hungarian Millennium exhibition in the middle. 1896 was the year they celebrated 1,000 years of Hungary, and that was very prominent in the Városliget, actually when Hero Square was built. And
Wait,
then
they redid
also,
that castle?
No, there's like not the castle. There's like a little pavilion. It's near where we played soccer tennis with Budapest Celtic, and it's like a nice old school sort of Hungarian building, and it's kind of like a monument and a museum about this 1896 millennial exhibition, which took place very prominently in the Városliget. Anyway, just another like little construction part. They've done a decent job, and then they have that huge, enormous like ramp thing. I don't know if you saw that on the far end of the park.
I have no idea what's going on there.
Yeah, a lot of things going on. Who knows? Long story short, you're moving to Buda, and there's a lot more green space in Buda. District 2, Rozsadom, a very sort of like elegant, refined, well sought after part of the city. And then you have District 1, which is more backside of the castle, front of the castle, whatever. District 11, obviously. And then 12, so on and so forth. We don't need to go through all the districts, but Buda's got a lot of green space and a lot more fresh air than the Pest side. So as we mature, we all get pulled over to Buda, I think.
It's a mature place, and I'm happy that hopefully they welcome me with open arms, but we'll see. And if I understand correctly, when are you moving out of your Buda flat? Because love to have you over at the new place.
Yeah, we ended the lease, which we were always planning to do, or we're going to end the lease. I think June 1st is like our last day in the flat. Actually, it's interesting because when we got that flat, we were only supposed to be there for like 7 months, and it ended up extending, coronavirus, this, that, and they let us stay for like an indefinite period. And now we are, we're done with that flat. But obviously,
have you already moved out though?
No, we haven't moved out. We have a lot to do actually, because we got Spain and then we're coming back next week. And then it's like 3 days of quarantine or 4 days, however long you have to stay in the house. And that's going to be probably our big accelerated packing up and moving out of that flat time, I guess.
Right. Well, when you move out, you're welcome, down the street, as they say.
Yeah, that's great. We will definitely be taking you up on that. I'm sure within the next year we'll be in that new apartment for an extended period, which I'm very excited about.
Yes, that sounds good. So how was your day, Willie? Tell me what it's like in the south of Spain.
My day was good. I would say in comparison to last week when we spoke, I was like very sort of frenetic and kind of trying to like find my place here. I think I've realized that no matter what the capacity or the reason or the amount of time that you're in a place, it always takes at least 2 weeks to get fully acclimated. And obviously that's a different case when you're only in a place for a week because you can't get acclimated. So then you're sort of like hit the ground running, don't even think about it, go see a bunch of places, go do a bunch of things, and you're not, it's sort of like apples to oranges. So I'm not saying that you can't enjoy yourself if you're only in a place for a week. Of course you can. But if you're there for like a month or more, then those first 2 weeks are really getting into the flow of things. So compared to last week, I feel like amazing. I feel much more relaxed. We've had since we last spoke, a great couple, maybe 3-4 days of like traveling, seeing stuff, really cool experiences, which I'll get to, I'm sure, throughout this podcast. And then also like my running regimen has been just really going well. I've migrated, instead of like running along the beach, now barefoot, just wearing shorts, running on the beach. It's a lot warmer here now. So that is like, really phenomenal fitness.
How do you deal with my issue with running on the beach is there's a slope. So, we're going to be looking at misbalanced Willie if you keep running the same direction. I guess you come back the other way.
Yeah, you come back the other way. I feel like I'm always a little bit out of balance, so I'm not too concerned about it. Maybe running on the crooked beach will actually straighten me out.
There you go. That sounds like a beautiful thing. Yeah, I can't wait to do some running in the Buda Hills, man.
Yeah, that's always very nice. I mean, I think that you're gonna love Budapest. I know I heard some murmurs from you about like, oh, it takes 15 minutes. Well, obviously you love Budapest, but you're going to love the Buda side. You were saying, oh, it takes 15 minutes to get into the city. But really, that's nothing. I mean, compared to most commutes. That's why like it's nice to live in Buda, because it's sort of a nice mix between living in the suburbs and living in a city. You're still within the Budapest grounds. And yeah, you have very easy access. You have a car, you have a bike. You also have like a jet pad or whatever the hell that crazy skateboard thing you bought in Austria was.
Yeah, I really got to find someone to lend that to, because I don't have the cojones to ride that thing. Too much power for me.
What's it called? The boosted
got too
board?
much power. Yeah, the boosted. I got the fastest boosted board. Such a stupid decision.
I've seen that a lot on Casey Neistat's YouTube.
Yeah, it's probably he probably sharked me on that.
And
makes
no,
it look
but and
super
also
cool.
that South African guy that he makes videos with. For those of you that don't know, Casey Neistat, very famous, well-known YouTube vlogger, and he was like very well known because he made 800 straight days of a daily vlog, and not just like, oh hey, like look at my life, it's so cool, but actually like artistic, cinematographic, sort of like the Martin Scorsese of vlogging. And he did one for 800 straight days and catapulted to like millions of subscribers. And anyway, he is a very big tech guy, and he would ride around on this little electronic skateboard. And one of the guys that he used to make videos with was this South African guy named Dan Mace. And in one of the episodes of Casey Neistat's vlog that I saw, Dan Mace like took the boosted board out on a rainy day, and he got like hit by a car, slipped, and busted up his shoulder. So they are pretty dangerous.
Yeah. I only rode it, I don't know, like 10 times, maybe more than that. But I rode it to work one day. I was like, oh yeah, I'm riding a boosted board. This was back when we lived together. And it's, it's like 10 minutes to get to like less. It's very short. And it would just been raining, and the bike sidewalk on the road is like a horrible material because it becomes very slippery when it's wet. And I was in the middle of Octagon, like one of the biggest intersections in Budapest, and I just wiped out super hard, and like total yard sale. Like my phone fell out of my pocket, my headphones like broke, my bat, and the board went in the middle of the street, and it was